Hi folks, this is Mark Jewell with Mark Jewell Speaking and Training, and today I'm here to talk with you as a peer about how we go about getting more out of the multiple generations that we're quickly becoming charged with leading in the agriculture industry. You know, when you first entered the agriculture industry, eyes wide open, ready for that great experience, looking to be taught, looking to be trained, looking to go to great new heights in your organization. How many of you were frankly disappointed with what you got as far as training and development opportunities? Here we are presented with the challenge of a millennium feeding a world filled with 9+ billion people in our lifetime. We will get there. As millennial leaders in the agriculture industry, we are charged with making damn sure that we have enough food to take care of everybody on the planet. And that is an important charge. Yet, as we've assumed roles in a lot of our companies, and I'm sort of using a blanket statement here, and I apologize, not trying to offend any training managers at various companies out there, but by and large, in my conversations with millennials, we've fallen short in doing what we need to do to be prepared, to prepare millennials to get the proper training for ourselves in order to be able to lead better. Now, maybe you're a district manager of some kind, somewhere out there managing a team of people, and half of them have more experience than you. Maybe you're somebody who aspires to have that, but you keep getting turned down because you don't have the necessary leadership experience to assume a new role. Maybe you're somebody who has been out there trying to, sell your way to a new position, but you haven't quite got there yet because maybe you keep falling short, or you're uncomfortable stepping onto that farming operation where you have somebody that outweighs you with 40 years of experience. They've been farming longer than you've been alive, so to speak. I get it. I've had that conversation with quite a few people of my generation trying to get better, and I've been studying about how do we do this? How do we get better at leading? How do we get better at selling ideas? How do we get better at selling product? How do we get buy-in for what we want to do as a young up-and-coming leader in this industry? There are probably going to be some challenging times ahead of us, and certainly maybe you're facing a challenging time now as you try to learn your place in the industry and where you learn and grow. How do you do that within your company? How do you get the respect? How do you command the respect that you want in your industry? And let me just tell you this. Let me start with the end in mind, and just by saying it's worth it. The work that it's going to take to get better, to be a better leader, to have greater capacity so that we can do what we need to do as an industry is going to be worth it. In the FFA creed, there's a little line in there that says, for I hold I hold an inborn fondness that even in hours of discouragement I cannot deny. And that is really what I'm coming at you with here today is that call. The call to be the leader of the next generation. If you're watching this, you might be a high potential leader in your organization, and your boss probably wants the best for you, probably wants to keep you around, wants to see you grow and succeed and assume new leadership within your organization. And you need to be prepared to do that. I've been out teaching a class called Managing Across Generations all across our industry. I've literally worked with over 1,000 decision makers in the agriculture industry in the last year, helping them understand how to develop behavioral triggers to get more out of millennials. Well, here's the gap I've identified. We're not doing a good enough job developing ourselves. Our companies are not providing enough resources to develop millennial employees so that we can be the leaders of the future, be the best potential leaders that we can be. What we know is that as baby boomers exit the workforce, there are not enough Generation X people to fill all the vacant positions. Therefore, we as millennial Gen Y leaders will be assuming responsibility far sooner than our predecessors ever did. So we've got to be ready. That's why I've developed a new development program called the Millennial Mastermind. The Millennial Mastermind is a jam-packed development opportunity that continues to help develop time after time. Now, you've all been to a training event and gone to sales training for a day or two, gone to product training for a day or two, and then you come back and your head is swimming and you get back into the thick of it, out into the workplace, out in the field, wherever it might be, and slowly but surely some of that knowledge starts to sort of exit the brain, or doesn't get memorized, or we go back to some of our same old habits. And if you're shaking your head, then then I know you agree with me, and because most people do, I'm pretty sure. So here's what the Millennial Mastermind is all about. Yeah, we're going to start off with a live kickoff event, and it's going to be high impact, fun, probably won't sleep that much, very project oriented, very high energy, and bringing in a couple outside speakers. I'll be leading most of the program myself, and we're actually getting together on July 23rd and 24th right here in Omaha, Nebraska, which is where I reside, setting this up so we can have a great 2-day adventure right here in town. So from the live event, you'll actually start receiving every week a podcast from me with additional leadership information and actionable items that you can literally take the earbuds out from listening to a podcast and go implement something new every single week for as long as you're a part of the program. Every single month, you will have direct access to an accountability group, your small group mastermind, that will be your peers, your millennial peers, will be the only ones with access to the call. I'll help moderate and lead you through, but really it's a group to help you grow together from people all across the industry. So just growing as peers. The next part is a monthly teleclass with an industry leader, somebody who has made it to the top, who's really out there kicking butt and taking names, or has done so in their past and have something valuable to share with us. And I will interview them on a live call. You'll have the opportunity to listen in and then ask questions. That piece alone, with the kind of leaders I will be bringing in, the CEOs, the vice presidents, and top industry leaders that are out there in our industry today, very, very relevant to you. You'll have access to them. That alone is worth the price of admission. Finally, and this is, I think, maybe one of the best things, is using a very recognizable platform, using a very secret group on Facebook that I've developed specifically for our group to stay involved, an online VIP members-only group that we can stay in touch with each other, that we can interact with each other, post questions, share the wins, and share additional resources that we uncover, and more. So, starting with a live event, moving to a weekly podcast, a monthly accountability group, and you can access your accountability group anytime via the online VIP members only group, or via phone, whatever you want to set up with your group, but you will have a monthly moderated call with that group, a monthly teleclass with an industry leader that is noteworthy and that is out there really doing something to help make this industry better, and an online VIP members only group. I implore you to take a look at this by requesting an invite here today. All you need to do is put your name and email in the box below this video, and I will send you an invitation with more information about how to get signed up. In addition to that, I will send you a PDF with my top 10 actions for getting more out of millennials. You might find it an interesting read, but what I actually would encourage you to do is take it to your manager, take it to your boss, your supervisor, your CEO, your general manager, whoever it is that you report to, and say, hey, this is something I was reading. I saw this weird guy on YouTube, and he had written it and made it available, and I thought it might help you because I know that sometimes I can be a frustrating employee, or you might have other issues with my generation, and here's a resource for you. By the way, on the back page is information about the Millennial Mastermind. I'd like to go. I'd like you to take a look at that. Just put your name and your email in the box below. You'll get your invitation, and I'll send you that PDF to hand out as well. Thank you so much. Again, it's Mark Jewell with Mark Jewell Speaking and Training, and I am so excited to bring the Millennial Mastermind to the agriculture industry, the industry that I have cut my teeth on, that I've grown to just know and love over time. In fact, before I go, I will share with you really quick. When I was 6 years old, I grew up on a very small farm in rural Minnesota. We had a little hay field, and a local farmer would always come in and cut that hay. And when I was 6 years old, one particular evening, I was standing on the edge as the swather came in, and I could just smell the grass and the sunset that was occurring in the background, and the silhouette of the farmer on the swather going through our little hay field. I don't know what it was about that moment, but I just fell in love with agriculture. I fell in love with what we do. And since that time, I've grown to know just how important our role is. And you know what, folks, as millennial leaders, when the population hits 9 billion, we're going to be at the helm, and we got to be ready. That's what the Millennial Mastermind is for. I hope you'll join us. Thank you, and God bless.